Hi everyone, I'm Allie. This is a new style of class I'm calling Pilates, which is a hybrid of some classically inspired exercises as well as some aerial inspired like silks, pole, anything like that. I think it's really important that you listen to your body. If you're losing connection to your deep core muscles, please feel free to pause, skip that exercise, maybe try one, and then move on. I usually do about 5 reps, sometimes a little more. Less can be more when it comes to really building a strong foundation for your core, so please always listen to your body. I really recommend that you have experience with a plow, bringing your butt overhead to get the full benefits of this class. So we're going to start laying down in the center of the mat with some breathing, connecting. Again, this is really not designed as a beginner class. This is for my aerial friends and people interested in that. Hands behind the back of the head. The exhale is going to be how we start pulling the abs in and up, starting down at the pelvic floor and then floating the head up, pressing the head into the hands. Just warming up our connection with the breath. And then option to bring the legs into tabletop, keeping the lower back heavy. Option to extend the legs up and out, lowering to a place that challenges the abs with even tension, making sure there's no doming or loss of even tension. The breath is really what connects into those deeper layers of abs below the six-pack, the diaphragm, and then float the legs down onto the mat for the full roll-up. Because of the aerial aspect of this class, pointed feet, pointed ankles for the roll-up. You might be used to your teacher yelling at you, point your feet, point your feet. Getting a stretch through the whole spine and then coming back. Really reaching the legs out. Inhale starts the lift. Exhale finishes the lift. Option to keep going, or as you curl up, lifting up one leg, reaching it out on the ankle, and switching. About 2 more, whatever choice you're making. Nice and controlled. Checking in that your head's not jutting forward, it's staying stacked on your cervical spine. And then pulling in one leg, straightening that leg. Push, pull on the leg. Remember to push the thigh into your hands. Engage the front of the quad to straighten out the leg. Press your arms in. Little circle on the ceiling. And then you can make it as big as you want. Right from the pelvis, where the thigh and the pelvis connect. And then reverse it. 2 teeny tiny. And then 3, what feels right for you. Keeping the hips stacked. And scissor switch. 2 little. Really pushing that thigh away, keeping length between the hip and the shoulder. Long torso. And reversing it. Think about breathing space into the back of the ribs. And pulling both legs in. Anchoring the low back down, curling chin to chest. Check out, you could fit a fist under your chin. At any point, lower the head. Pulling in one leg, the other leg goes out high. Inhale. Exhale to change. One breath per pull. Remember, the leg can start to lower and lengthen as long as you can keep connecting to those deep abs. If you're losing that connection, go higher on the legs. For 3, 2. And then you can either lower your head, reset, or keep your head lifted for double leg stretch. On the inhale, arms go back, legs go high, and exhale in. Remember, you can go as low as you can keep scooping your abs. It's like a hollow body hold. Exhale, hugging, keep lengthening the spine. Pointing the ankles. Head staying still. For 3, 2, 1. Hollow body hold. We're gonna rock here. Rocking. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug it in. Double leg scissors. Really lengthen your trunk. Press your shins into your hands. And then extending the leg straight. Hold above or below the knee. Pull, pull. Scissor switch. Really reaching the leg like someone's there to pull your foot. So it's not dropping. It's reaching. For 3, 2. Last set. Hug it in for a lower lift. If you've been losing that low back connection, feel free to put your hands under your low back or behind the back of your head. Check in, even tension. You can always tap it. Lower for 3, 2, 1. Lift for 1. Lower for 3, 2, 1. Point those ankles. Lower. Now lower for 1. Lift for 3, 2, 1. Lower. Lift for 3, 2, 1. One more. Crisscross. Bend those knees in. Opposite elbow to knee. Other leg extends. Pulse 3, 2, 1. And switch. Remember to press your head back into your hands so you can really engage through the obliques. Use your breath for 3, 2, last one. Hug the legs in, rock up or roll up, floating legs. So we want a bit of a C spine here. So you can do a few times, find that C spine, and then you're gonna have the option to lengthen out the legs, really reach them, and float them to your hands. 1, float them 2 more times. 2, without moving the pelvis. 3, press the hands and legs together for open leg rocker, chin on your pedestal, rocking back, rocking up, rocking back. Push, pull on those legs. They're pulling in, pushing away. For 3, point those ankles, point those toes. 2. Corkscrew. Laying back down in the center, little circle to the right, long through the spine to the left. First opportunity here to go overhead. As you finish drawing your circle, up, lower down, to the left, up. One more time each direction. And then slowly, as slow as you can, lower the legs to the mat. Roll over. Press through the head, neck, and shoulders. The upper back is heavy. Breathe into the back of the ribs. Lifting the legs up, back to the floor, keeping the feet pointed. Open the legs about shoulder width, and then slowly roll back down, trying to compress the thighs as close to your chest as you can. Lowering bone by bone. Lowering the legs slowly. Zip them together. Up, back, open. Tight thigh to chest, keeping the spine like a long, long capital C. A C that wants to be an I. Making sure you're breathing. And then going the opposite. So together apart, back. Zip the legs together. Apart. Last one. Excellent. Bend the knees. Flip over onto the stomach. Starting in a sphinx. Really pressing the forearms down, dragging the elbows in towards the hips, neck long. Press into the hands, float the elbows up and down. Feeling some engagement of the lower abs starting under the belly button. Two more. And then lowering down. Option to bring your hands right under your hip bones and float the legs up from the butt. I like to think about pushing my hip bones away and lifting. Trying not to crunch too much into the lower back. Try and use your butt. So reach the legs away. 3, 2, 1. Pushing back into a child's pose. For some child's pose leg lifts. So tucking your toes. The higher up you are, here is going to be a lot more accessible than here. We want to really start building compression ability. So that's like thigh to chest for so many exercises in aerial and pulls. Then you can point that ankle, lift from your butt, keeping your hips squared to the floor, reaching that leg back. For 4, 3, And then out to the side. Knee lined up with the hip, right from the outer butt. Same thing, if this isn't working, which it's fine if the leg doesn't lift very high, come up off of your thigh. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. So tuck those toes, make sure you tuck that pinky, no pinky left behind. Reach out that leg, square the hip bones. Float that leg up as you reach the leg back. For 4, 3, 2, out to the side, knee in line with hip. Using that side butt. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Side abs. Got really long, again, like a hollow body diver's position. So we're not so like C-curve that we're losing length. It's just that the low back is not arching. The arm, palm up, press through the arm. You want to use that arm. Press your head into your hand, keeping the head still, float the legs up, and bend the knees in and up on an angle, and reaching out. Bending in and up, and reaching out. The breath is foundational here for stabilizing the spine, the pelvis, recruiting those deep transverse abdominals. And up onto the forearm, really press through the forearm, engaging the shoulder, reaching the arm out, bringing the toes up, and then reaching the arm long. Get long without losing that gentle C curve, and toes up. For 3. Could always do bent legs here. 2. Switching sides. Starting back, side abs, pressing down through the bottom arm. Head presses into your hand and crunching in and up. Keep pressing the head into the hands. For 3. And 1. Up onto the forearm. Really press into the forearm or reaching the arm out. Toes reach up. Get long. For 3, 2, 1. Back onto the back, going overhead again. 4, I'm blanking on the name. I'll show you. So bringing the legs up. 90-degree angle, up to the ceiling, back down. 2 more times. It's like a candlestick. I don't know why I'm blinking. Really press through the upper back, the upper rib cage. The head, neck, and shoulders are pressing. Everything's sharing the weight. Awesome. Bend the knees in for teaser. Arms reach back. Similar to the roll up, the legs are now going up on an angle. Inhaling up, reaching out the legs, heels and inner thighs staying together. Keep the legs where they are. Rolling back to the tips of the shoulder blades, coming back up. 3 times. 2. 1, holding in your teaser, reaching the arms up, lowering the legs for 3, reaching for 2, 1, opening your teaser up, back up for 3, 2, 1, hands back, leg circles. You can also be on your elbows, your forearms. Circle to the right, reaching out those legs, circle to the left. Try and be light on those hands. To the right. 1 more set. And to the forearms. Just go side to side a few times. Get really long through your side body. Woo! I am feeling that. Leg circles. Opening, reaching. For 5. 4. 2 more. And then reverse it for 5. 4. Keeping the chest wide, pressing through the elbows. 3. 2. 1. Hug those legs in. Rock side to side. Let's do some bridging, some marching. Feet about hip width. Before we even bridge up, don't move your heels, but pull your heels in towards your butt. You should start to feel the back of the thighs, the hamstrings engage. Pressing the arms into the floor. If the shoulders are rounding up, go wider on the arms. Bridging up, scooping. Now taking the pelvis into an arch, so let your spine arch at your low back and then curl. Arch and curl. You want to notice when you're curling, you feel more butt cheek activation. That's what we're really looking for in a stable bridge, is good glute activation. But again, it shouldn't be inherently dangerous to be in a little spine arch. I just want you to feel the difference. And then playing with the hip bones, dropping one hip bone and the other hip bone. Again, starting to feel what it feels like when your hip bones are lined up. So when we're going to stay, we want that little curl, butt engaged, hip bones lined up, and we're going to march. Slowly back down. Trying to keep the pelvis even and stable. 2 more. And then all the way back down. Let's do 1 more set, different variation, unless you want to do marching again. So little curl of the pelvis without losing length from the hip bones to the shoulders. Bridging up, bending One leg in, keeping the hip bones lined up, squared, straighten the leg, kick it in, kick, kick, and lower. Thighs line up, kick again. Kick, kick, and lower. For 3, 2, 1. Lower back down. You can stay up or you can reset. Checking the feet, same distance. Bending the knee in, straight. Kick, kick. Lengthen, line the thighs up. Kick again. For 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way back down. One more overhead control balance. Lifting the legs up, 90-degree angle. Up overhead. Flexing the feet now. Arms go overhead. Keep pressing through the arms, right? I'm not sinking, I'm pressing actively the whole time. Hands come to the back of one ankle. Like I'm trying to reach that ankle away and sit the butt back. The opposite leg floats up. Pulse, pulse. Bring it back down. And switch. Pulse, pulse. And switch. Check in, there's some length in the neck. I feel like I was losing it. And then you can balance if you feel like you got it. So switching, kick, kick, and switch. Kick, kick. Two more sets. And then slowly come back down. All right, hope you enjoyed. If you're an aerialist or an inspiring aerialist, maybe this inspires you to go try an aerial class. So thank you for joining. Yeah, please keep coming back. I'm going to keep making more Pilates videos. This is fun for me. And just like a quick note about Pilates in general, I love Pilates. I do notice a lot of people are Pilates police though, telling people what's like not Pilates. And I want to say Pilates was all just made up by a man named Joseph Pilates. A man who might not have even been a good man. I don't know, I've never met him, but the things I've heard about him are sketchy. And so you might say, why do you practice then Pilates? Well, it's the system. It's the idea that I do the same exercises over and over and over again, and I learn them in my body. I love teachers, and I love listening from my mentors, but the mentors who I listen to are mentors who let you know, look, everyone's body is different. Everyone's proportions are different. Things take lots of time. I tend to avoid teachers who are very much like there's only one way to do something. Again, one man just created this system, and again, that's why I practice, because it's a system. But there's exercises in his original system that I don't usually even do because I find them either not that helpful, just choreography, or they don't work for my particular body. So explore your body. If something's not working for you, ditch it. Skip it. It'll be over in 30 seconds or more. So I truly believe the wisdom is within our bodies in finding teachers who allow you to explore your body. Yes, there are some things that can be dangerous. Again, this class is not a beginner class. These moves are not appropriate for people who do not have like a strong sense of how to engage their deeper core muscles in the overhead. And at the same time, all of this movement policing is something that I'm really not a fan of, because we are all humans, and I really find the best success is in listening to what your own body's ready for. None of this should be painful, right? It makes sense for it to be sensational, for you to feel challenge, engagement. But if it's painful, that's a no for me. That's a no for me. But again, you have free will. You're a human. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. But that's just a little bit about my philosophy about why I practice Pilates. And I trained in a classical system, but I feel like it's classically inspired. Again, I've never worked with the Pilates elders, and even if I had, I feel like I would probably push back a tiny bit because we're always evolving our knowledge about the human body, and I find it best to listen to your nervous system. So thank you for listening to my little rant, but I just wanted to give a little bit of insight into why I still love Pilates, even though I'm not trying to be the Pilates police. So, thanks.